What is that? Why is tinfoil, after being in there, not hot? Why am I allowed to touch it?
Because of how it conducts electricity and heat.
Huh? Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video. It is Super Bowl time, and as you can probably imagine, I don't care about the Super Bowl, but I do care about snacks and who's performing the halftime show and singing the national anthem, which I think this year is Reba. Cause what? She's a survivor. So I figured I would show you some quick, easy, lazy snacks to do if you're going to a Super Bowl party or if you're having people over. So what's really great about all of these is there's no real recipes needed because these are as basic as they get. I'm currently preheating the oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to make today some pigs in the blanket, some chips and salsa, and some nachos using, if you've been watching our podcast, the air fryer that I finally got. So what you need for all of these ingredients: some mini hot dogs, some crescent rolls, some salsa, some chips, some cheese, a tomato. That's about it. So we gotta prep the pigs in a blanket, or as I like to call them, Mateo in a blanket. Take your mini hot dogs and open them up. Let's spray this first.
I'll spray it on the floor. Did I get on the floor?
Only a little. So we gotta open this. Start here.
Is there any technique that you use for this, Nick?
Nope, and I thought that was supposed to open it. Okay, there we go. So basically for these Mateos in a blanket, you basically just have to wrap these mini hot dogs in these crescent rolls. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and then you just throw them in the oven. So I like to do that. Then you just sort of eyeball it. That's most of this, is eyeballing. And then you just wrap them. These are always a fan favorite. People always really love them. And they're super easy to make. My sources are telling me that it's the Chiefs and the 49ers that are playing the Super Bowl this year. I don't know what the 49ers means. I don't know where that name came from. I don't know what it's referring to. I think they're from San Francisco. And the Chiefs, didn't we stop doing culturally inappropriate names at one point? Why didn't that change?
And like,
yeah, how did that not change? These are the questions we need answered. As to who I think I'm going to win, couldn't care less. You know what, I'm gonna say the 49ers because I just think that's a silly name. Usher is doing the halftime performance this year, which I actually think will be good. He's a good live performer. My favorite halftime show is probably Beyonce, or honestly, Katy Perry did a really great one. A lot of people say that. She did a really great halftime show.
What did she do?
I don't know, she just it was just really well done.
Can you reenact some of it?
I couldn't. She has really good music. And the costumes and that lazy shark or whatever. Remember, that was a thing for a while. Rihanna last year was fine. Madonna was a really good one. Shout out Madonna, I'm sure you're watching. These are her favorite snacks, I'm sure. In terms of the national anthem, I hear Reba is singing the national anthem this year, which we love. I don't know a ton of Reba songs, but probably Fancy, but I did love her TV show, and I hear she's getting another TV show.
Oh.
So good for her. But I hope Barbara Jean is in it because she's iconic.
Iconic.
Now you may be wondering, how many of these should I make, Nick? And honestly, you could make the entire package, or you can just make however many you want. I mean, in my opinion, the more wieners, the better. Am I right, ladies? Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She, I assume, will be there. Who knows? I gotta say, I'm a Taylor Swift fan, and we're done. So these are ready for the oven. As soon as it's done preheating, those bad boys are going in. Next, we're gonna do some nachos in the air fryer. So I've only used this once. And why isn't it turning on? Oh, because that is not for that one. Okay, I think you have to preheat it for 3 minutes. We're gonna see how that goes. So for the nachos, I got hint of lime because obviously. This is where you need your tin foil. We're gonna put some tin foil at the bottom. Some other good Super Bowl halftime shows. Lady Gaga was pretty good. It's a pretty memorable one. People always do the like jumping thing. Has Britney ever had a halftime show? I don't think she has.
Oh, I mean...
That's kind of unfortunate though, because I don't think she would now.
I mean, she should do it. I would watch.
Yeah, but you would watch for the wrong reasons. Honestly, they should be having Reba do the national anthem and the halftime show.
That's fair. That's fair.
They had Dolly do that sort of halftime show thing before. She looked amazing. So that is preheated. So you take some foil, and I haven't done this before.
Like, are you sure that you can do this?
Yes.
Maybe we should go to a different room and test it out first.
As long as it's not touching the top. Okay, so there's tin foil in there. So you take the chips. And just toss them in gently. You don't want to break any. And then you're gonna take your cheese. I went with the Mexican 4-cheese blend.
Are there any suggestions for,
And then you just, again, give it a light dusting. No skill necessary. It's for people like me. It's for people like most of you watching. And then you just pop it in. 325. And we'll do it for 5 minutes. We're gonna throw these bad boys in. I don't know for how long, but we'll just keep an eyeball on it. Then the last, chips and dip. So we take our chips, add them to a bowl. Then we're gonna take the salsa, pour it into a little bowl. But, you know, you don't want people to think that you put no effort into this. So the trick is you take 1 tomato and you're gonna slice said tomato. Okay, well, you can clearly tell I've never cut a tomato before, but
I don't think you've ever eaten a tomato.
I don't like tomatoes. I don't really like salsa, but I do like chips. What is that?
What is it?
This looks like fish eggs.
Those are the seeds. What are you telling? Wait, what is this, like caviar of fruit? Did you cut yourself?
Okay, so then you take those tomatoes and you just dump them in. As many or as little as you want, but what you're gonna do is leave the remaining tomato and the knife on the counter, so when your guests come over and they come to have some of your salsa, they're gonna be like, oh my God, he made fresh salsa. And you're gonna be like, thank you, but be sure to hide this.
Does it taste homemade?
If you like salsa, it's good. And the chips are great. Some of the best moments of the Super Bowl are Super Bowl commercials. Some of my favorite ones that I remember is when Snickers did the one with Betty White where they're like tackling her and just ripping her apart and she's like giving it to them back. That was a great one. Another one, there was one where they just slapped everybody. I can't remember what it was for, but everyone was slapping each other. Instead of like a handshake, they were just slapping the shit out of each other. That was quality. Oh, the Budweiser frogs. Yeah. That was a classic.
Was Berries and Cream
Berries and Cream, another classic. Those were like classic commercials that like took over and people talked about them so much. There haven't really been commercials since then, in the last couple of years at least, that like people talk about so much still.
Yeah. Maybe
the Betty White one, but that was honestly a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, let's check our nachos. Okay, honestly, they look pretty great. You just gotta get a plate. Why is tinfoil, after being in there, not hot? Why am I allowed to touch it?
Because of how it conducts electricity, heat.
Huh? So here we are. Honestly, I might have overdid it. The cheese is, oh no, I think it's okay. I'm gonna give it just a little sprinkle. And then this is where, if you want, you can add a little salsa to it.
Are you gonna go for it?
I'm not going to because I don't like salsa. I mean, not bad. Quick, easy, a no-brainer. Just like what you want in a man. What could go wrong? Does this make me look trashy? I gotta say though, baking these, I don't get the hint of lime anymore.
Really?
Really. And I have a sophisticated palate. Pigs in the blanket are done. Maybe slightly overdone. I think they're okay though. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
How long did this take you?
Honestly, altogether took maybe 15 minutes. So if you are in a rush and you're like, ugh, I need to bring something, or I have people coming over, I don't want to put a lot of effort, or I don't know how to do any of this shit, I mean, look at me. You know I can't do any of this. And here we are. Chips and salsa. Don't look at this. Chips and salsa, nachos and cheese, and Mateos in a blanket. Well, just like this coming Sunday, I'd say this was a touchdown. Also, pro tip, because this is for the Super Bowl, when you go to the store, make sure you pay in cash so you can get a quarter back.
Oh my God.
We gotta end it. Thank you for watching another video. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something and may attempt to make one or all of these things for whatever Super Bowl party you're going to. And if you do, take a picture, tag me on Instagram or send it to me. And if you don't because you think you're classier than me, well, like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time.